Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I've started to get into the habit of saying that, haven't I? Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm starting to get like Combat X, where he says it so often that he just spits it out in like half a second without even thinking about it. But hello, this is the World Cyber Games Korea Finals. Yes, this is the final matchup, and if you are watching this, you haven't seen the semifinals. Well, you just had it spoiled if you can recognize people. This is Stork versus Jaedong. Now, I am planning on doing the third place match, but I won't have time. This is a I won't have time until tomorrow, basically. So if you want to watch the third place match before watching the finals, if that makes it more exciting for you, then go ahead and delay a couple days, I guess. I'm probably going to try and do it tomorrow. We shall see. But I'm gonna have to do the finals. The games are a little bit shorter, I think, so I'm gonna have to do them today because I don't have a whole lot of time. So I might not even be able to fit in the finals here. I might not even upload these until tomorrow. But in any case, yes, this is the final though. This is partly it partly doesn't matter in a sense because. Both of these players are going to be going to the World Cyber Games in Cologne, Germany anyway, because there's 3 slots that are going, and they're the top 2, so even if they're first or second, they're going to be going one way or another. But there is still a degree of prestige that's at stake here. I mean, whoever wins this game is going to be able to say that they're the World Cyber Games Korea champion, and that's something. There's something to be said about that. Also, there's the prestige of the fact that this is, as I mentioned before, a rematch. This is a rematch between these two players. I mean, it came down to the final between these two players in a best of 5 for the OSL championship 2 seasons ago, and a lot of people, well, people thought both directions on it. I guess some people thought Stork was going to win, some people thought Jaedong was going to win, but Jaedong was new to the scene. Not completely new to the scene, but he was new to the big scene, I guess you could say. It was the first time he'd been in a championship, basically, and he performed really well. He kicked Stork's butt pretty hard, and I was predicting Stork was going to win. Jaedong, it seemed like Protoss was his weakness, and he proved in that finals that it was not his weakness at all. Stork aggressively scouting here. He's going for the fast expansion build. He wants to make sure he finds Jaedong, finds out what Jaedong is doing, so he can counter with either Nexus first, or if Jaedong is 12 hatching, or if Jaedong is 9 pooling, which appeared to be the case, then Stork will instead go ahead and see he's even looking at the expansion first to see for that, so you can put down the Nexus as quickly as possible. But he sees the 9 pool, he sees the speedlings probably going on. He's going to have to go to put down a couple cannons very quickly. He's already got one cannon. Okay, yeah, there's the second cannon going down there. He had to put one down at least for safety. And second cannon going down as well. Got a nice little door set up there too. It's a nice little blockade, so he can put something in the gap, a couple probes or whatever. It looks like Jaedong actually has decided to chase that probe around with his lings. He wants to kill off the lings first. I wouldn't be surprised. He's making even more lings here. So Stork has got to be a little bit scared at this point. Well, not like literally scared, but he's got to be a little bit worried. He's seeing all these Zerglings popping out from this one hatchery. And more eggs sprouting already, and even more Zerglings. So Stork is going to have to prepare for a break here, and we'll see what Jaedong does. Now that he's finally killed that scouting probe, Jaedong is really good at, changing his tactics. Well, there's a few players that really, Cal, I would say, is another player that I think of when I think of changing the tactics once that goes on. But we've seen Jaedong have a lot of success recently with killing the scouting probe and then changing things up a little bit. Yeah, in any case, so we'll see if he does something different. Stork putting down a gateway in the gap and a ton of probes to stop for a run by, and that is a really good move on. I mean, that's exactly what he needs to do, because if those probes run nice, putting down a pylon as well to make even more stoppage, shoving all those probes in the gap, tons of Zerglings going down from those 2 cannons. Finally, it looks like 2 Zerglings get by. Wow, so Stork, I think, at a major advantage here at this point. because he's got his expansion going. Only those 2 Zerglings in there, and Stork could theoretically even take out those Zerglings with the probes if he needed to. It looks like he's going to try and do just that. He's going to have a gateway before too long. Actually, you know what? I don't know if he put a gateway in the front of his in his base or not. He's got to have it by now though, at least. But yeah. So anyway, the point being, Stork has not taken much damage from these 2 Zerglings. He's actually getting really distracted by these Zerglings. A lot of probes coming off the line. At least there's no probes dying at this point, and that's really what he really needs to worry about. Oh, that Zergling almost goes down. Oh, Zergling goes down, takes out a probe with it, though. 1 Zergling left. I think he needs to try and keep that Zergling alive, though, to keep it alive, to do more scouting, see what Stork puts down in his base. I think that's going to be the more important purpose of that Zergling, rather than just being a harassment here. It looks like Stork, as his expansion is up, he's sending probes over already to Maynard them to his second base there. Uh-oh, you need to watch out, Jaedong. If he attacks, oh, he's going to lose that Zergling. He loses the Zergling. That was not a good idea for Jaedong. So now Jaedong he's gotten the speed upgrade. He's going for his lair, but then he's mostly been spending money on extra hatcheries. So he's already got his 3rd base up, but he's low on drones, so he's not really able to make a lot of use of that hatchery. So there's the gateway. So he's putting that down. So now Stork is going to start teching up here. And Jaedong has a lot of catching up to do. He spent a lot of money on Zerglings and Extractor, and he diverted drones to the gas very early on. So there is that. I wouldn't be surprised though if Jaedong goes for a Mutalisk bust. He's mining a lot of gas. His lair is going up. So that's what I'm expecting. He's probably going to plant down a Spire. He knows that Stork has spent a lot of money on the cannons and everything, so his tech is going to be behind. So he may try and catch Stork without much tech and go for a quick Mutalisk bust of some sort. Stork, interestingly, sending a probe up. He may be, I wonder if he's checking for extra hatcheries, or he might be thinking of saying, yeah, there's the drone going immediately into a Spire. And so, yeah, oh, that's what he's doing. He's setting the probe all the way around. Stork's going to try and scout to see what is going on, and I think he's going to accomplish it. All his Zerglings are out. Wow, that was a brilliant move by Stork, setting out the Zealots to try and to distract those Zerglings, and then setting a probe the long way around. Beautiful route by that probe to get in, and he's going to be able to get a scout in, unless there's some magic Zerglings that come out at just the right moment. He may be able to stop it with these drones, but no, Stork, oh, he does stop it with the drones. Stork should be able to use that probe to go through the drones, though, by targeting the minerals in Jaedong's main, but no, a Zergling comes in to stop this, and the Spire is a decent ways up. Robotics facility going down, so and the probe gets killed off. Jaedong brings his Zerglings back, so Stork does not get that scout in, and that is critical. He does not know that the Spire is coming. If he did, well, he may have done something differently. He could have theoretically put down an extra Stargate or something like that, because this is not looking too good for Stork. He's not going to have a lot of Corsairs out by the time those by the time the Mutalisks come out. And now he's losing his Zealots at the front door here, not able to run back to his front door, getting picked off, and he didn't even really attack with them, so they didn't take out a lot of Zerglings at the same time, unfortunately. Now that he scouts with that first Corsair, but it's a little bit late. Putting up extra gateways here, Stork needs to get something out for these Mutalisks very quickly, because Jaedong has been mining gas for a long, long time. He's been mining a lot of gas. He's going to have a lot of Mutalisks popping out here, and Stork is going to need more than one Corsair. He's going to have a lot of Scourges popping out too. There's been a lot of success for Zerg players against